Okay, so we're going to look at B. So Eleanor's, she got a pay rise to 34,780. Find her new gross income for the year. So her new gross income. Right, so her old net was 33,160, which gave us €1,620. So if we remember back, Eleanor got taxed, her standard cut-off was 20%, and then her higher rate of her gross was taxed at 40%. So this remaining part here is going to be 60% of her higher gross income. So if that's 60%, because she already paid tax on 40% of it, so 60%. So if that's 60%, so we know 60% is equal to 1620. We can find 1% and then therefore find what 100% would be. So how did I get to 1%? Well, I divide by 60. So if I do that on this side as well, that will give me 27. So to find what 100% would be, how did I get from 1 to 100? I multiply by 100. I do the same on this side. That will give me 2,700. So that is Eleanor's of her higher gross income. Right, so from there we are going to her gross income, so for the year. So this is going to be part of her gross income. That's going to be the part from her increase, and we have to add that to what her gross income was from the other question, which was 38,500. So that was before she got the pay increase, and then we figured out that she has paid 2,700 as well. So 38,500 plus 2,700 will give us 41,200, and that is Eleanor's new gross income for the year. Okay, so then we move on to question 4. So this is a functions question. So this should be okay for E. You can see f of x is equal to 3x plus 5. Find the value of f of 7. So it said f of x was equal to 3x plus 5. So what is the x being replaced by? It's being replaced by 7. So it's very straightforward. So instead of x, we're going to replace it with 7. That will give us 21 plus 5, which will be equal to 26. So f of 7 is equal to 26. Don't forget that f of x actually all means y. So if we had to write that as a coordinate, the x was 7 and the f of x, which means y, was 26. If they asked you to write it as a coordinate, but they haven't, but just to keep that in mind. Write f of k in terms of k. Okay, so we can see that the k is replacing the x. So anytime, so if I write f of x equals 3x plus 5, so now I'm going to do f of k, so anytime I see x I'm going to just write k, and that will give me 3k plus 5, which is very simple. Using your answer part B or otherwise, find the value of k for which f of k is all equal to k. So if they're telling us f of k is equal to k, so we're going to let this part equal to k as well. So we know that f of k, we found that was 3k plus 5. That's what we found that was already, is equal to k. So we're going to try solve for k to find the value. So solve. So 3k minus k is equal to minus 5. So how I got that was I brought the k across, that became minus, and I brought the 5 across, which became a minus, because I wanted to get the unknown on its own. That would give me 2k is equal to minus 5. K would be therefore equal to minus 5. K will be equal to minus 5 divided by 2, because my 2 is a multiplier, so when a multiplier goes to equals, it just becomes a divide. It doesn't change sign. So, sorry, I must be pressing something with my hand here. So k is therefore equal to minus 5 over 2, or minus 2.5. Okay, question 7. So multiply out and simplify. So you can see it's a bracket on a bracket, and you should know therefore we split the bracket. So we're going to split the first bracket, so we'll have x on, we're going to split it right there, x squared minus 2x plus 6, and then the second part of the first bracket, which is plus 5, on x squared minus 2x plus 6. So that will give us x cubed minus 2x squared plus 6x, because we remember that multiplies by every term inside that bracket when it's stuck outside it, plus 5x squared minus 10x, be careful of your signs, plus 30. So now we have to simplify, so if we put like with like, so let's highlight what's like. So x cubed, there's no other x cubed, x squared, there's minus 2x squared, and there's plus 5x squared. X's, there's plus 6x and minus 10x, and then plus 30 is on its own as well. So simplify, x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x will be plus 3x squared, plus 6x minus 10x will give me minus 4x, and then plus 30. And that's my answer. So factorize then. Right, so when it's grouping, this is factorizing by grouping. So we want to take out what's common. Okay. We'll try keep it as it is first. So if we take out something that's common between the first two terms and something that's common between the second two terms, sometimes you will have to rearrange the terms because there might be something that's common. But I can see that A is common between the first two terms, and that will leave me with C minus D. Okay, I'm not going to fill in the sign here first yet, because I know what I want in this bracket is C minus D. I want these to be the exact same thing in the bracket, okay, and that's what we're working towards. So I know B is common here, but as I said, I'm not putting in the sign yet because I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be. So I'd say B into that goes D, D and C times, okay. So if I just did it, if I pretended I'm going to put plus B here, and I'm going to check. So plus B into this will go minus D times plus C. And that works perfectly because we can see that our brackets are the exact same, even though they're in a different order. You can just see that it's minus D plus C plus C. So that actually works perfectly. It's just be really careful because sometimes you'd have to take out a minus B there and it'd affect your signs. But in this case it's perfect. So that will give us A plus B. So we take the two terms that are outside the brackets on C minus D, because that's the exact same thing that's in that bracket. Like you could write this bracket again as C minus D. A and C minus D plus B and C minus D, and that will give you your answer. I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse you there about taking out the bracket. Let me know if you want me to do a few more examples of them, but I think you've revised factorising over the weekend, so hopefully you found it okay. Okay, this one we need to get a common denominator. So the common denominator is going to be, what does 3 and 4 go into? 12. So I'll say 3, so this one goes into my new denominator 4 times. So I multiply 4 by what was on top of my bracket, minus, because there was a minus there. And then I say my denominator 4 goes into my new denominator 12 3 times. So 3 multiplies by what was on top of 4. This is just going to run out of time, so I'll just have to continue this video in the next one. So